to Anne Marie when she gets a signal. Oops, there she dropped off. Okay, we can continue the introductions. I'm Mary Rayburn. I'm Director of Operations here at Cannabiz. I handle the day-to-day operations. I'm also working with our members right now. Yeah, there we have Anne Marie again before you disappear. Anne Marie. Anne Marie. Nope, it's gone again. Let's continue. Keisha, you'd like to introduce yourself, please?
Yes. So I'm Keisha Dixon. I'm here in Ontario, Canada, in lockdown. As you can see, we are dealing with COVID, but we are fighting the battle. I am the VP for International Business Affairs at Cannabiz, and my basic concentration is to ensure that we grow globally and do so sustainably. So welcome to our Cannabiz Cafe this morning, and we would love to hear about you and hope you'll join our group.
Anne Marie, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself now since we lost your whole introduction?
Oh, can you hear me now? I had to go.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I apologize. In front of the building that I was at, the signal is horrible. So I just went to some random parking lot. But Anne Marie Sorrell, president and founder of Cannabiz. And I'm super, super excited just about everything that we have going on. So if you are not a member, definitely join, because membership does have its benefits and privileges. And we'll talk more about a lot of what we have going on and what's coming up later in our discussion. But welcome. And I'm going to pitch it over to, who hasn't gone, Mary? I don't know.
Mary Lou, has your audio problems? Okay. Mary Lou?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Hi. So great to see everyone today, this morning. Happy Monday. I am so happy to be here this morning. I had some technical issues, but I'm glad I was able to jump on. My name is Mary Lou Northern, and I am the Director of Special Events and Campaigns here for Cannabiz. And I pretty much handle the beginning stages of and thought out process of our events that we have here with Cannabiz. We have 4 events per month with Cannabiz. We have Cannabiz Cafe, which is Cannabiz Cafe, which is welcome today. We have Hemp Happy Hour. We have Cannabiz University, and we have the Book of the Month. So we have those 4 events per month, and I'm so glad to be here today, and I'm sure we're going to have a great conversation.
Thank you, Mary Lou. Well, Beth, are you there? Let's introduce Beth. Beth, are you able to speak? There you go, Beth.
Good morning.
Cannabiz, go ahead, Beth. I'm leaving Austin for last.
Oh yeah, we're saving Austin for last.
Oh, thank you.
I am
the best for last.
Exactly. I am Beth, the hemp huntress, co-founder of Poi Polloi Advisors, and happily on the road today, busy with clients because we got bills to pay, including to our fabulous lawyer, Easter. We just put together an amazing operating agreement, and I just cannot share enough about the connections we've made at Cannabiz that have us with our first paying client within a month of launch. I mean, just amazing stuff going on, and it really, I don't know, just happy. It involves this community and Cannabiz and all you guys, the support and the ladies and the women, and I don't know, just excited today because we are off and running. So happy to be here and happy to be busy.
Thank you, Beth. And Austin, I left Austin for last this morning for a very good reason. Let me share my screen. Austin is our member of the month for May.
Aw, thanks.
Austin, or data sensei at Hoi Polloi Advisors. Austin, I'll hand over to you.
And
Yay!
thank you. I'm Austin McDonough. I'm the data sensei at Hoi Polloi Advisors, happily. And I really, I do lots of different things with our new company. I'm a big fan of business tools and CRMs and client relationship management systems. We guide a lot of clients on all kinds of different aspects to startups. So there's a lot of things that I advise and guide on, QuickBooks and other things. And I do a lot of I'm passionate about data. So data is my thing. So I do a lot of analysis and analytics and use tools like that to look at how we're performing already. And then I do the QuickBooks here, though. We have a really special accountant who's also Cannabiziac member, former Cannabiziac member of the month. Michael Knight, the Hemp accountant, is our accountant from Cannabiziac. So we're all kind of a collective family here, and I'm really glad about that. So thank you. I appreciate this member of the month. This really means a lot to me. Thanks.
You're welcome, Austin. Um, Anything else you want to share about yourself? You know, where you started
Well,
before you
yes,
joined Hoi Polloi?
I'll give you a quick little story. I come to the industry kind of honest. I was an early adopter of Prop 15. I got my medical card in California at pretty out of the box pretty quickly. And that was kind of a scary, weird time to do. I was always nervous. The big government would be wondering, if you gave your information like that, if you got your medical card, what that would be like. I got through that. And I've always been really passionate about advocacy and politics and stuff. And in Oakland, where I lived a long time, I was big in Oakland politics. And further than that, Oakland politics embraced cannabis. And so I was a lot in Oaksterdam on Broadway and the Oaksterdam University scene. Richard Lee, I know him pretty well. I was part of the direct team when Richard Lee put all that money behind Prop 19 in 2010 to try to take California legal first before Washington and Colorado, and it just barely failed. I was part of that immediate team that was out there trying to get that to win. And Oaksterdam was a fun place. Oaksterdam, I'm a member of a secret room, just like a movie. They take that little thing and they look through and say, "Who is that?" And you hold your card up and they let you in, right? I mean, I'm not joking. I was a member of a secret room in Oaksterdam where it was this beautiful lounge, just like a movie, beautiful lounge and all this stuff. And there were all these famous folk and famous politicians and people in there smoking and having a fine old time. And yeah, I mean, it's just amazing that I got to be in that world. So Oakland means a lot to me. And I had no idea I was going to have a career in this. I was in software and tech, as the day job. But politics has been my passion. So I'm also doing that now, just real quick, because psilocybin has gone legal in Oregon. I'm going to be at the State House like I did with cannabis for the next 2 years while I'm there in support, and we guide the rules for psilocybin for these medical clinics and all of these special medical people, practitioners, work with psilocybin with clients. I'm going to be there these next 2 years, and that leads to going live on January 1st, 2023. Psilocybin will go legal. All the programs will go live. And that'll be fun to be at State House again. And State House is a great place to meet people. And especially with this psilocybin, I'll be interested in who I meet in the industry or about to be, this booming thing. So Hoi Polloi kind of has it covered in cannabis, hemp, and psilocybin. So we're really pleased that we're kind of on. We're not the first ones by any means, but I feel like we got out there pretty quickly on this. So I'm glad about that, and I find it as medicine. So anyway, that's kind of what we've been up to. We just got started, best on the road, and Heather and I and Amy got work to do also. So today's going to be a busy day. We're just real pleased with our membership and knowing all y'all at Cannabiziac, and it's just a joy to be with people that kind of get it, right? So thanks.
Thank you, Austin. Anne Marie?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Austin, and congratulations again. You, Beth, and the rest of the team at Hoi Polloi are just great partners and great folks to work with. So thank you for all you do, and congrats again. Um, we do have a person who introduced themselves through our Facebook comments. So Laderick Perry Sr., he is the CEO and co-founder of a Black Cannabis Investors Group on Facebook with over 310 members, which he grew that in less than 2 months. So we'll definitely be checking out the Black Cannabis Investors Group on Facebook. And welcome to Cannabiz Cafe, Laderick Perry Sr. Hopefully you'll be joining us next time in our Zoom lounge so we can hear more from you and what you have going on. And you can do that by registering for our events at, especially next week, we have Hemp Happy Hour. So it'll be a great way for you to introduce yourself formally to the rest of our group and members. And for anyone else that's listening and tuned in on Facebook, we have events that we have. That way you can be a part of the conversation in our Zoom lounge. So we're going to talk about some of the different hot topics. And if you're not a part of our free network on Cannabis Yak community, which is powered by Mighty Networks. So if you have Mighty Networks, or if you don't have Mighty Networks, download the app, look for Cannabis Yak, or you can go to our website and click the link to join our Mighty Networks community, or you can simply just type in community.cannabiziac.com, and that will take you to our Mighty Networks community, where our members have an opportunity to network with each other, have different conversations and dialogue, as well as we have tons of different topics and groups. If you're looking for various stories and trending topics, we keep you abreast with all of that. I would say our top posters who post the most in there, our co-founder, Ms. Cheryl Marie Powell, Esquire. She posts a lot of content there, as well as Austin. I think Austin's one of our top posters as well in Mighty Network. So you can definitely stay in tune with the latest industry news, not just here in the US, but around the world. So cannabiziac.com to join, or just search for Cannabiz in the Mighty Networks app if you're on Mighty Networks. So, Austin, since you're one of our top posters, let's get to it. What's got you buzzing this morning, or what's had you buzzing this last week?
Well, one thing, just to give a shout out to Florida, I saw that there's some new openings on banking. Someone has stepped up in for hemp, at least. I think I posted that or about to. That was news this weekend, or it was a pretty fresh post about Florida and some company coming forward, bank coming forward to want to work with hemp, at least the hemp side of the industry. And that seemed to be news there, like that might be one of the first cracks in this. So Beth is a champion on all of this, and I'm more her wheelhouse than mine. It's just, it's tough. I mean, I've been in businesses where that you didn't, that or cash only, and that I mean, that is a crazy thing. I was in a cash only, two different businesses for 2 years. That, Lord, so that's a lot of responsibility to have that, have to have that secured and everything. Anyway, I was just came across a story that seemed pretty big out of Florida. So Florida banking, yay.
Yeah, actually, it's the Florida Capital Bank, and they're investing in the hemp industry. So this is actually going to be the second bank that I'm aware of in Florida. So there is a bank in Jacksonville that specifically only banks hemp companies. And it's I believe it's the Florida Hemp Bank or something like that out of Jacksonville. So this is a new player, Florida Crystal Bank, and they're investing in hemp industry. Specifically, they're working with farmers and business owners to grow Florida's economy with the new industry of hemp and CBD. The managing director of the bank, Stu Baker, said the products made with hemp many, and it says, let's see, they're putting a quote they have. They're putting it in drinks. They're making textiles out of it. It's a burgeoning industry. As I said, it's very environmentally friendly. So that's another big plus for it. The hemp industry, and did I lose you, Osman? Or did y'all lose me?
Yeah, you're back now. You're back now. Anne Marie? We lost Anne Marie again.
Mary, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Oh, well, did y'all hear anything that I said? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh no. You can hear me
You were
now?
talking
Did you hear
about
what
the
I said
bank in
about the article or no?
Jacksonville. You were talking about the bank in Jacksonville.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Anne Marie? Oh,
Did y'all hear what I said about the article?
part of it, you were at the part about the bank in Jacksonville.
Oh,
Yep, these signals be messing
I
up
had
today.
said a whole lot more than that.
Shit, I picked up
Did you
on.
hear the rest of what I said or no?
Some of it.
Oh man.
Yeah, everybody's signal today is acting up. It's either us or Zoom.
The aliens. The aliens are interfering. I picked up on a lot of what she was talking about with hemp. So it was a big week for hemp, and I think hearing that there's a Florida hemp bank, that shows that they realize this agricultural crop is, I mean, it's about to be huge. This week I watched in Pennsylvania a house being built, and it was a group called All Together Now Pennsylvania, and it's simply about agricultural sustainability and getting back to that, within, your own community, growing and feeding and clothing and housing ourselves. And hemp had a big win too in Idaho, finally came around. So we are fully legal in all 50 states, and industrial hemp is needed. So I know Anne Marie had some really, really good stuff that she was talking about, because hemp, yes, is going to be big. And we've got the banks now jumping in, and I'm on the board of a credit union. The credit unions are definitely interested in being able to loan to hemp as well as cannabis. So I think we're going to see a lot of good forward momentum as agriculture and traditional industries really understand that hemp, as Jack Harris said, I don't know if hemp will save the world, but it's really the only thing that can. And I think every industry is realizing hemp is the answer. So I'm not sure she was heading in that much of a bravado about hemp as I do, but I know she was definitely talking about the Florida Hemp Bank and moving forward in that area. So I shamelessly wanted to jump on and promote hemp.
Okay, Anne Marie just said she's trying to find a location with a better signal. Okay, alrighty. Any other topic, Austin? I saw that you posted. Hold on, There was one, I think, about an article about women being the ones that would use more of the psychedelics than men.
I found that, yeah, that was a surprise. I mean, women are so much more in tune with their bodies and what's proper. I mean, I don't know. It only seems that way. I wasn't surprised to see it necessarily, but that's a nice confirmation. I'm glad that women lead on these things. I mean, women are really do lead. I believe that when I in the industry myself, as a guy, I just feel like women are a lot more in tune with the plant is medicine, the plant, than the green gold. The guys tend to be a bit more green gold, and then I mean, it serves its purpose to get it out there as green gold in a way. It's still, it was a nice article to read that there's confirmation that women are much more leading the way on this. And I've been reading also that that's true in all the different aspects to sales and everything else, that women are really the majority, can be the majority customers. Now, even be the majority of also, of all, or at least have, have at least their play, their space and right to be in the industry. And I mean, in the sense of being honored, it's a shame to see how sometimes that's not so.
Okay. Bet, did you have any topic you've read over the past week or month since we've hooked up on Hemp Happy Hour that you'd like to discuss? Did we lose Bet too? Anne Marie, you're back?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Go ahead, Beth.
Oh, I just the big one for hemp was just Idaho. Reading about Idaho finally coming on board, because getting all 50 states legal and focused on industrial hemp is what we need, so that we can move forward and get this sorted out and get production and supply chains going, because we're actually behind. I mean, the rest of the world and Ukraine to Australia is ahead of us, and we need to get our fiber and our food growing. So that's what I was excited about, was seeing we're at all 50 states now.
Definitely exciting news. Did we give a shout out to Minorities for Medical Marijuana on their 5-year anniversary?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, okay. Well, let's definitely do a virtual cheer for our friends and advocacy partners, Minorities for Medical Marijuana. They're celebrating 5 years of excellence and service. So congratulations. Shout out to Ms. Roz McCarthy. Congratulations to you, dear, on all that you are doing in the industry across the country, you and your team. So just want to give them a quick shout out as well. Okay, yeah. What else has got us?
I wanted to say I attended the Buds and Brushes JA Saturday 2 Saturdays ago. That was spectacular. Mel put on a hell of fantastic. I'm still reeling from how fun that was. 2 p.m. West Coast till 4:20 in the morning in East Coast and Jamaica, their time that went on. I hung in there till about midnight, I think. Mel, that was just so, even virtually, it was so lovely to see the different aspects of it. It was amazing. I mean, she was hooking into groups that were performing in their living rooms in Cologne and their living rooms in Quebec, and it was just terrific. And then also the artists that she had sprinkled throughout the whole event, doing beautiful paintings off a balcony. She had a painter that was just kind of, they would have a big featured shot while somebody else was playing tunes. Somebody was painting, from a balcony somewhere in Jamaica or Trinidad and Tobago. And And then also we had a virtual tour of a dispensary right there in Kingston. Somebody took us around their dispensary, which was just beautiful. On and on. It was just, I can't say enough. That was one of the better events I can remember in a long time, was this Buds and Brushes JA out of Jamaica. We got to give some more support to Mel next time around, all of us collectively, because she puts on a heck of a nice event, and she's got some great family and friends, let's put it that way, that came through for her.
No, thank you for mentioning that, Austin. And Mel is definitely one of our committed members from Jamaica. And we definitely want to, I unfortunately missed it, but definitely happy that some of our members were able to support her. And we didn't get an update from Marietta about her event. Anyone talk to her about her launch in Puerto Rico?
Not yet. We have to check in with her. I'll send her an email.
Yeah, let's check in with her to see how her launch went in Puerto Rico. I know we definitely did support her as well. So just want to see how, if it was a success to her. Good. So let's see. Before we go into announcements, just some other quick ones. And I don't know what else, because I've been, having technical difficulties. So I don't know if we talked about the Latin American cannabis market that's about to take off. Did you guys talk about that one?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. So as we look at what's happening internationally, there was an article last week that Latin America region is on the rise, with more business opportunities emerging and a developing consumer marketplace. It definitely offers the perfect conditions for growing high quality raw materials, extracting the oil, and producing finished goods at a relatively low cost. These products can then be exported to countries within the region of the US and Europe. So although they are still lacking some regulatory standards, but Latin America is definitely the place to watch, especially after when they're doing some comparisons to Mexican legalization and what that means. So again, if you're in Mighty Networks, you can find that article and read more about it. I think another one that came up recently was, hold on, I'm looking for it. Oh, Swiss Parliament votes in favor of use cannabis. So this of Switzerland. So if you're not paying attention, you should be paying attention to Switzerland, because the parliament has just voted yes for legal use. So that's another story that just came up. And this was as of Saturday, May 1st. This story came out. So adult use of cannabis in Switzerland is currently illegal, though minor possession was decriminalized to a fine in 2012. So the committee voted 13 votes to 11, with one abstention, to the parliamentary initiative by Representative Mr. Heinz. I'm not going to say his name right, Singather. The aim of the legislation is to regulate the cannabis market in Switzerland rather than continue to ban adult use. This vote will make Switzerland the first country in Europe to allow a legal adult use cannabis supply chain, according to this report. And again, you can read more about that story in our Mighty Networks connection. All right, any other topics?
Well, and Emery, along that lines is there was a story from Scandinavia, I forget which country, last week, that because it seems kind of medieval that Europe is so far behind on all of this legal, they're really not really cool about like edibles and things like. There's all these, they're still back on those conjectures whether it's safe or not, of all to these different things. And there's a company in Scandinavia, I forget, that started an edibles line. It's not it's not for sale. That's the name of their company, and their fabulous advertising is called Not for Sale, because it's not. But they just want to point it out. We can't sell this stuff. And it's really it's so medieval for Europe. I mean, Europe, you think of Europe being very, very cutting edge generally on anything you can think of. I mean, just generally, that this is a big deal to not be that way, and to have to do things like this, form a company called Not for Sale for an edibles company. It was very clever. It's beautiful advertising, and they've got it all over like Copenhagen, all over on these billboards and stuff. It's crazy, but but you got to do things you got to do, right? And I'm all in support of that. Sometimes you just got to get out there and tell it like it is. So thanks Switzerland for going legal is a great thing.
And
No,
just to follow on, Austin's topic a bit, in terms of you have to do what you have to do, in terms of, I know a lot of people have been wondering how are they gonna protect their IP during this time, since it's not legal in a lot of places in the US. I just read an article probably about 3 weeks ago about how cannabis companies and hemp companies are paying more attention to IP. And in the article, they even suggested 4 ways that a cannabis product or business can file a patent. And one was cannabis compositions or drug formulations, methods of preparation, characterization of the cannabis compounds in terms of how they engage with human endocannabinoids receptors, medical marijuana products and processes, specifically methods of treating diseases with cannabinoids. So not because the federal government hasn't given us the okay yet means that the companies that are making sure they're ready for market and are doing mergers and acquisitions aren't putting their R&D and IP and everything in place.
That's a great point, Keisha. The last article that I want to bring up, which I think is interesting if we go back to the banking side of things, and this is Cannabis Crypto Temptation. This is another article that came out last week, and it's really talking about, as cannabis banking legislation continues to stall in Congress, businesses are eager to access national banking system, but rather than wait for federal government to get on board, some owners and operators are looking to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum to solve their banking woes. So this is definitely interesting. And the article goes on to say, because they're not beholden to federal banking regulations, cryptocurrencies offer a number of possibilities for cannabis businesses. Using cryptocurrencies can provide cannabis companies with benefits, including blockchain transparency and security, the ability to transact online and internationally, and an inflation hedge in a volatile foreign exchange market, and a formal banking alternative that isn't subject to regulatory scrutiny. So that's another one to watch. I'm sure there's definitely some downsides to that, of course. So definitely check that article out. But cryptocurrency, as we know, is becoming, it's one of the hottest topics right now, especially when you have Elon Musk and others that are joining in, and supporting and signing on to these different ones. Bitcoin, I think he just announced Dogecoin as another one that he's looking at as well. So crypto is definitely something to watch in the industry.
It's certainly Beth. This is Beth's wheelhouse. We both like crypto. I'll just mention one quick little thing. If it's so, I read a major article about some major player going into Arizona and now providing checkout with per Bitcoin in dispensaries in Arizona in a chain or more stores there. So it's happening. It's really happening.
And I will get you the name of the stores in Miami. There's 3 stores in Miami that accept crypto that I know of. And it's, I'm always that realistic idealist. We do need to learn about this. The hedge fund managers are already using it for rare we need to start learning, and we need to use it. We need to make it ours as well. So I'm all for crypto and learning and getting in on that game, and yeah, whole decentralized, and let's us take over that too.
Hey,
Yeah,
Beth,
no, I love it.
hey, Beth, wouldn't you agree
Yeah.
that to point out that blockchain technology was first developed with Bitcoin but blockchain technology is really its own thing that can be started now.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Yep. Now being used for blockchain technology, as you know, is like the new future great invention. I mean, it's considered one of the great things, achievements, and I just met someone in the industry is going to use it somehow in accounting records, and I was just, it's fascinating where people are going to use this technology. I didn't know there was a separation, but there is blockchain technology is in itself. Crypto was the first one to probably help develop too, but take advantage of this whole thing. People, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm kind of new to this, but I'm just finding out blockchain's its own, it's going to be used for so many things. It's not, crypto was first and probably helped get it there, but it's got it's going to have all kinds of uses in the industry besides the value of paying.
Oh yeah, the healthcare industry, I would say, is probably one of the first regular industries that started using blockchain about 2 years or so ago, and you're now seeing it definitely cross over into multiple industries. So it's definitely a separate technology to try to understand and dissect. It's a little complicated for the for the layperson. It's a bit complicated.
I mean, I just can barely hang on but I'm trying. I mean, while I'm trying, I want to learn about it. I'm after it.
Yeah.
In the sense of
Yeah.
understanding it.
I would say we did a conference. Actually, I do this conference, economic conference every year. It's the National Black Economic Conference, but it was literally the 2019 conference I did, and we had a couple of speakers, one that focused on blockchain, one that focused on crypto, and just really trying to understand. I'm still, my head's still spinning trying to understand the complexities of these two technologies. And then now, of course, you have one of the newest one, which is NFTs. That's got all the buzz going right now. I don't know how we use that in the industry.
Say that again.
NFTs.
NFT?
NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those. Yeah, write that one down. It's a long formula for it, but basically, it's another way of yeah, it's another way of selling digital products.
Oh.
That are one of a kind through digital currency.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Thanks. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yes. So that's another new trend that's buzzing right now. Don't know how it translates into cannabis industry just yet, but I'm sure it will. All right. Well, any other topics before we do some announcements? Okay. Well, for those who are in the southern region, the Southern U.S. Hemp Growers Conference will be taking place in Tampa, Florida, May 9th through 11th. So you definitely want to check that out. And again, that information is posted in Mighty Networks, but you can check it out at ushempexpos.com if you want to register for that conference. I don't know if they'll be doing both virtual and in person. It'd be great to see if it'll be a hybrid of both, but definitely check that out. Also, if you have not registered and signed up for our incubator program, please do so. We still have seats available, and for our members, it's only $7.99 per level. If you decide to do both programs, you'll receive a 20% discount off of the two. And hopefully everyone took advantage of the BOGO that we had, which was buy one, get one for a friend. That was through April 30th. So hopefully you all took advantage of that. So please check that out. We will be starting classes on June 1st. Let's see. I think Mary Lou announced all of our events that are coming up, but please go to cannabiziac.com/events to check out our Hemp Happy Hour, our Cannabiziac University web series, as well as our Book of the Month that will be coming up for May. Please follow us on all of our social media, share our page, share our posts. And also, if you have any announcement, if you are a member and you have any announcements that you would like us to include in our newsletter, please let us know, or on our social media page, let us know. And of course, join our Cannabiziac community on Mighty Networks, where you can post all of your updates there as well as our Cannabiziac Connect group on LinkedIn and Facebook, where you can post what you have going on in those groups as well. So we definitely want to make sure that we're sharing and supporting and collaborating as much as possible. And that's all I have to say. I'll leave it up to everybody else for any finishing comments before we close out another great Cannabiz Cafe, where we're talking about topics that's got you buzzed. Anyone else have anything to add?
Austin, Tulum wants to add something. I see Tulum walking around the back there.
Oh, the kitty. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Active. I have a roof that, real quick, I have a roof that's grades, pretty flat out of this roof. So this is kind of like the kitty patio out here, this window. So it's time to be out on the patio and watch what's going on in the neighborhood. The squirrels and the crows and everything else. The action out here is better out there than in this room. But thank you very much for the member of the month honoring. I really do appreciate that. So that's just,
we appreciate you, Austin. We appreciate you
very much on that. It's really special.
And just a quick shout out, and I'll bring more info to Hemp Happy Hour. We're doing a little contest of naming my 3 hemp plants from Grow It From Home. You win a big old swag bag of stuff. We'll have 3 winners, and it's just a fun contest of naming the hemp plants, naming the ladies. So I'll bring more details to Hemp Happy Hour, but for now, you can go to Hoi Magic, HOI, magic.com/Pilot Lounge. Go to the Pilot Lounge, and you'll see the info. And we are just going to have a great time with videos.
Oh, bet you went on mute.
Yes.
Bet you're on mute. Back on mute again. It keeps clicking on to, it's on mute. There you go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, just all kinds of fun stuff. Just 3 different cultivars. The ladies need a name, and we're just going to have fun with it. So stay tuned for more, but you can check it out now.
Awesome. Love it. I'll be thinking of some names, Beth. Well, thank you.
And I just wanted to say anyone who missed our Book of the Month on Friday, that you definitely want to go to our website and watch it. It was about the Canadian Cannabis Act and Russell Bennett, an attorney, a phenomenal attorney here in Toronto. He wrote the book. It's at its 3rd edition now. So he went through a few highlights of it, as well as his backstory and the history of cannabis in Canada. So it's worth watching. Austin was there. He can tell you a little bit more, but definitely.
We wanted more. We have to have him back. All 614 pages of his book.
Russell's special. And, I really dig people who have stories to tell, have really done something in life, if you don't have any stories to tell, you're completely boring, right? And Russell is fascinating, and he has been up front in a lot of the different aspects to the industry from a cannabis perspective, but it just translates everywhere. I was just I had no idea the ties between Canada and the US in the 1900s, the different waves of all that were just same and similar there, and sometimes first. And then he's really great. I'd love to have him and some, you know, come back and speak again. He's a very interesting guy.
No, absolutely. Well, we'll definitely have Russell back, and we'll have that production live and available to our members. And for those who want to get our member only content, well, join as a member, or we'll have a subscription for you as well for that content that you can access. So thank you so much again for everyone for tuning in. This is a great way to kick off our Monday and our this is the first official work day of the month, I believe. So a great way to kick off May as well as our week. So thank you all for being here with us here in the Zoom lounge, as well as on Facebook Live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please continue to keep up with Cannabiziac, and we look forward to seeing you next week for Hemp Happy Hour, as well as we look forward to you registering for our upcoming incubator cohort. So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day and a
Have a
wonderful
great
week.
one. Hi,
Have a
everybody.
wonderful day,
Thank you for
everyone.
coming.
Bye.
Okay, bye.